This is Talk. I'm Julia Hartley-Brewer. Claire Pearsall's still with us. Let's talk right now about where we are with Ukraine, because this war of words that's going on between Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump. Donald Trump said after the latest barrage of attacks on civilians in Ukraine by Russian forces. By the way, the pro-Palestinian lot who were distraught about civilians killed in Gaza, not remotely bothered by civilians killed in Ukraine. Not remotely. Doesn't bother them at all. Wrong sort of kids being killed, just so you know. Donald Trump was saying that Vladimir Putin had gone absolutely crazy. Vladimir Putin retorted by saying effectively he was, I think he said that he was sort of emotionally overloaded. Now Donald Trump has issued last night one of his Truth Social posts saying that Putin is playing with fire. He says, what Vladimir Putin doesn't realise is that if it weren't for me, lots of really bad things would have already happened to Russia. And I mean, capitalised, really bad. He's playing with fire. The Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Medvedev responded by saying the only true bad thing to worry about was World War III. I hope Trump understands this. What does this war of words mean? Let's talk to Cormac Smith. He's a former advisor to the Ukrainian Foreign Ministry and joins us now. Cormac, good morning to you.
Good morning, Julia. Always nice to see you.
Love, and you too. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm in two camps on this. One, I'm really encouraged that there's a bit of a battle going on between the White House and the Kremlin, because I think the White House has been far too trusting in the Kremlin and in Putin so far under Donald Trump, and realising that they're just playing and stringing him along. But I'm also a bit worried that these sort of wars of words, they can turn very, very physical in terms of weaponry far too quickly. Are you relieved or concerned about this exchange? Cormac, I don't. Oh, Cormac, my love.
I'm neither.
Cormac, can
Julia,
I stop?
I'm not.
Cormac, can you start again? We just lost your signal for just 1 second, my love.
Yes.
There you are. We got you back. Go for it.
No problem. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Yes, go for it.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm not very encouraged. You can still hear me, yes?
Yes. Keep going.
Oh, this is really.
No, Cormac, we can hear you.
I'm not
Keep
particularly...
talking. Keep talking.
Good. Okay. I'm not particularly encouraged. We have heard some strong words from Donald Trump, but actually up to now, Putin has been playing Donald Trump like a fiddle. We are yet to see, we have heard some strong words from Trump. We are yet to see any strong actions at all. If we were to see America roll fully in on the side of Ukraine, and what I've been saying for 3.5 years, to arm Ukraine to the teeth and sanction Russia back to the Stone Age, I think that would be a very, very good thing. I have got to say, I always hope for the best, but with Donald Trump, we need to prepare for the worst, and the weight of this is on our shoulders in Europe.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more on all of that. And that's the thing. With Donald Trump, things can be so predictable. And we talked about it for the last few weeks. He could turn on a dime and suddenly realise, yeah, he's being taken as a mug by Vladimir Putin, which he is being. I mean, he's a laughing stock for the way he's trusting in Vladimir Putin. But the moment he wakes up to that, he could just change policy immediately. But he's also talked about how this is Zelensky's war, it's Putin's war, it's Biden's war. It's not America's war. There is the concern that he goes, I can't get all the credit for bringing peace, so I'm just going to walk away and take my weapons with me. And it's all very well saying it's Europe's war, and my God, we need to step up. Do we have the ability to step up and keep Ukraine fighting?
Well, I think we do, and there are a number of important markers. Up to recently, the United States was providing about 40% of the weapons which Ukraine uses, and the other 60% was being provided equally by Europe and Ukraine. Now, one of the very encouraging things that we're hearing about is Ukraine are developing their own armaments industry very fast. Europe is stepping up, and we've heard some very strong words from Friedrich Merz recently in particular. But I have said we should have put our industries on a war footing 3 years ago. Yeah. We started to do this last year, and we're still not doing it fast enough, Julia.
No,
But I do believe At the end of the day, it's all on our shoulders in the West.
Yeah,
And when I
indeed.
say in the West, I mean in Europe.
Absolutely. And again, I've never understood why we think the taxpayers of the United States should be funding our defence. You'd think that the worry about a war in Europe, the clue might have been when there was a war in Europe, that they might have actually thought it was a possibility. There's been a lot of concern, hasn't there? Even, up in Scandinavia about if Putin was, there was some sort of deal and he withdrew troops from the actual battlefields in Ukraine, but was able to control Crimea and large parts of the Donbass, he could actually just transfer his attentions to NATO countries in Scandinavia, Norway, Finland, getting very, very worried.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of Donald Trump, but the one positive that I identified from the very beginning was that it would hopefully make us in Europe, including the UK, wake up to the fact that we were on our own. And also, he is right in one thing, that Europe has been freeloading off the United States when it comes to defense. So we are stepping up. I don't think we're stepping up fast enough. We have huge concerns here at home in the UK about the Strategic Defence Review, which we are still waiting for. And, we fear, and I was speaking to our mutual friend, Philip Ingram, only on Sunday about this, we fear that it will not be enough. And also they are putting, cart before horse in that they're going to bring out the defence strategy after the Strategic Defence Review.
Yeah.
This is absolutely crazy. So big worries at home here. Britain, absolutely must be front and center of the leadership, along with Germany and along with France and Poland and the Baltics and Finland and Sweden. That to me is the coalition of the willing. Hopefully Italy as well. But together, if you look at our combined economies and you look at our combined populations and the military capability that we have, we should be able to deal with Russia. There was that great saying, I'm afraid I didn't come up with it, that 500 million Europeans are asking 350 million Americans to protect them from 140 million Russians who can't even defeat 40 million Ukrainians. It's crazy.
Absolutely. Cormac Smith, I'm so glad we saw it out the line. So worth hearing what you had to say, former advisor to Ukrainian Foreign Minister, and we have real amazing sort of defence and foreign analyst as well, Claire Pearsall. I mean, it's really interesting that. But it's meant, he talked about, one of the strong actions. We've got strong words. And it's all, I'll get my dad onto you. My dad's bigger than your dad territory at the moment. But actually, there's not been the strong actions in terms of providing more armaments to Ukraine that could absolutely help them on the battlefield. And then asking anyone to spill blood for them. They're saying that we'll spill our own blood. We just need your weapons. But also sanctions. There's so much more we could do. You sanction India for doing trade with, trading in Russian oil. They stopped trading with Russian oil.
Well, and that's the only thing that really works, is you start hitting these people in the pocket, and the sanctions are going to bite really hard if you keep increasing them every single time. Very rich Russians won't like that in the slightest, and they'll want to take their money elsewhere.
Yeah, but it's just really, really simple. He would not be able to fund his war effort if he can't sell his oil and his gas. And it's as simple as that. And we're, by the way, Europe is buying it back from India after it goes to India. It's not even proper sanctions. We can't even do that properly. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what Cormac had to say. Love to hear your thoughts about decriminalising cannabis and any of the big topics we're talking about today. Always get